Broad sense, it doesn't in the legal sense. The trend today is what's fast and convenient, but nutritionists say these foods tend to be high in fat and calories. Teachers say they want a 5% raise, but the city says there are no funds available. The events leading up to the shooting began to unfold shortly before 2 this morning in Cherry Hill. Jenny Atwater is live at Shock Trauma, where Officer Newman was treated and released a short time ago. One man is dead, another behind bars after an accident this morning involving a stolen van. Police say the driver of the stolen Dodge van lost control on the eastbound ramp from Route 100 to northbound 95 near Dorsey. The vehicle skidded off the road and rolled over. Authorities say 2 men were inside and that 18-year-old Gary Lamont Lee from West Baltimore was killed when he was ejected. 22-year-old Nathaniel Sellers, also from West Baltimore, was treated at Shock Trauma and released. He's been arrested and charged with auto theft. Careless smoking is blamed for a 2-alarm fire this morning in Howard County. It happened on Hickory Ridge Road near Columbia. Authorities say the fire broke out on the 3rd floor of an apartment building and spread to the attic. A firefighter suffered a shoulder injury and one resident suffered a minor burn to the hand. This is the man police are looking for. He weighs about 200 pounds, 5'9", with black hair. He's accused of raping a Towson University student.
She has no idea who this man is.
The young woman told police she was walking by herself on a well-traveled path between Scarborough and Prettyman Halls. That's where the man jumped out and raped her.
She was able then to run back to where she lives. She calls 911. She's immediately then taken to the hospital and treated for her injuries.
I just can't believe that it happened at 12:30 at night. You know, everyone's got their windows open.
But police believe it did happen and the suspect got away in a light or gold-colored car. Students were emailed about the crime and now everyone is concerned.
It scared me because it's right by my dorm.
Well, it's kind of scary. I mean, knowing that there are a lot of, girls that walk around on campus.
I don't feel safe walking by myself.
There were 5 rapes on Towson campus last year and 2 so far this year, numbers that have university police looking for ways to make students safer.
People on campus can substantially reduce their risk of being a crime victim by taking advantage of some of the programs that we have set up. There are 2 forms of escort service on campus. One is a mobile escort, and there's now a walking escort.
While there are no magic barriers that keep violent crime off campus, many students realize they have to stay alert to stay safe.
It just goes to show that you just have to be careful.
In Towson, this is Kelly Mattingly reporting. Inside the family home today, all friends can remember are the smiles of James and Etta Epps.
Truly loved each other.
They're here one day and they're gone the next.
Last night, their lives came to a screeching halt. They were returning from a religious book study when a Ford came crashing into their Grand Prix. James and Etta Epps died. The driver of the Ford fled on foot.
I'm having problems dealing with, how can you hit someone and have no remorse, just to, you could stop and see if they were okay, something, but he just ran.
Police say the suspect sped through this stop sign and then crashed into the victim's vehicle. Detectives say the vehicle was stolen and there were drugs inside. At the scene today, the markings of the crash remain, but the teenage suspect is nowhere to be found.
You go right down the street and your life is over in a second.
Back in the victim's Pimlico neighborhood, friends are struggling with the loss of James Epps, a church leader, and his wife of 35 years.
People that would be very well missed by a lot of people.
This is Kelly Mattingly reporting. This fire in northern Baltimore County last month destroyed more than just Irv Kiplinger's home. The dog breeder lost more than 60 Pomeranians. Only a few made it out of the burning building alive.
The ones I lost were my favorites.
His favorite included a female named Amy, but his assumption that Amy was among the dead turned out to be wrong.
It's a miracle, it really is. Absolutely a miracle.
After the fire, Amy spent the next 2 weeks in a heavily wooded area and traveled nearly 2.5 miles, but somehow she survived. Amy was found hiding underneath a car in the Gary's driveway. Their dog Kirby sniffed her out.
It was terrified. It was very dirty, full of cockleburrs, covered with ticks.
Amy had apparently spent 12 days hiding from predators under thick brush and braving the cold.
And when we washed her, we could smell the smoke and we could see the soot. Because when I heard,
Gary called the only Pomeranian dog breeder she knew of.
it's just, oh, his reaction when he saw her, and he says, "It's Amy." Oh my goodness.
But I had no idea that Amy made it out. You know, it took a long time.
Now Amy is back in Irv Kiplinger's arms.
She's sweet. She really is. And if you look at the terrain that she traveled, it was unreal. But can you imagine what she went through?
Kiplinger is just happy to be reunited with his favorite furry friend.
It's taken a lot out of her.
In Baltimore County, this is Kelly Mattingly reporting.
On her traveling back, trying to find food, and I guess maybe fighting other dogs off.